welcome back for another fun edition of our high school softball show, Swing Away. This show is brought to you by Lawrence Technological University. And don't forget, LTU offers over 24 varsity sports for men and women. Not only that, athletic and academic scholarships are available. And what's unique about it all is you can recruit yourself. Visit LTUathletics.com. All right, what do you say we get right to it and check out the action from the Diamond? This week we'll start in mid-Michigan with the Flint Metro League. We start with the defending Division II state champs, Owosso, opening up their season against Goodrich. Owosso returns a total softball player of the year candidate in Macy Ireland. The Kent State commit threw 6 strikeouts in her 4 innings of work, and the Trojans' bats were hot in this one. The junior Jamie Meyer would smack a homer in the opening inning to go up 5-0. Then Ireland would help her cause at the bat with a home run as well. Owosso would go on to beat Goodrich 15-0 in 4 innings. Next, we had the defending Division III state champs Richmond going on the road to take on Macomb, Dakota, who is ranked 3rd in Division I. Pitching was the story in this one. The Blue Devils had Katie Shoeboy on the bump, and she threw 8 strikeouts in the game. Dakota countered with 2 pitchers. Gracie Maloney started for the Cougars, and then our total softball player of the year candidate, Megan Nectarline, who came in the 4th inning. Megan threw 9 Ks, and this game was scoreless as we head into extra innings. An exciting one here. Richmond would get on the board in the top of the 8th. Piper Clark sends it the opposite way. Then Emmy Hildreth comes all the way around from first to put the Blue Devils up 1-0. But Dakota answers in the bottom frame. With a pair on, Faith Maloney smacks it to left for the base knock, scoring both runs as the Cougars win in walk-off fashion 2-1. Now we'll head over to Livonia for a rivalry battle between Churchill and Stevenson. The Chargers commanded early, taking a 7-4 lead up until the 5th inning. But don't count out those Spartans just yet. After a late rally, Stevenson tied this one up 7-7 in the 6th, and the momentum stayed on their side. Runners on 2nd and 3rd here, sophomore Mackenzie Cook hits a shot to left field. That hits off the wall, and 2 runs will score. And look at that, that's a triple for Cook. Then senior Janie West lays down a nice bunt, and watch this, Cook slides right under the tag to tack on another run. But then take a look at this. West, with a veteran heads-up play, heads over to 2nd for an extra base. The Spartans' bats continued. Lily Malamis hits an RBI double to right center. Stevenson rallies back to take this one 13-7. Every year, Livonia Stevenson and Livonia Churchill face off in that annual rivalry game. But what makes it special is it raises money for families in need or other causes. And this year, the annual event hit close to home. The game was played for Churchill's JV coach, Matthew Jones, who is fighting non-Hodgkin lymphoma. Both teams expressed the impact Matt has made on the community.
The game was founded, for a rivalry, for a cause about 10 years ago from our previous coach, Steve Gitilia. So it's tradition in the community. Kevin and I are friends off the field only today, okay? Last year we played for his nephew who was fighting cancer, and then this year we play for Matt. Matt's not just a coach, but a good friend of mine too. So.
And also a friend of the community. For years, Matt Jones has been the leader in girls' fast-pitch softball in Livonia.
Coach Jones, I've known for a very long time. He's worked, he's been running like MHSAA, like T-ball, coach pitch, and that's when I started. I got to know him that he's just a really nice guy. He's always positive, always giving us some nice motivational quotes before the games and stuff. And even now, he's just always got a smile on his face and gives 2 big thumbs up like this. I think it's really great. I just know that he's done so much for us, and it's really nice that we're working together to give back to him for all that he's done for us.
Both teams wore special jerseys as a reminder of how Coach Jones has made a difference in the softball community, no matter what team you're on, and his character is a big reason why.
I say it all the time, he's the nicest person in Livonia. He really is. I just told his dad that, I'm a better person for knowing that. They have an autistic son at home. It takes a lot, a special family to kind of deal with everything they have on their plate. So to have this happen, really upset some of us, but we're super happy to be here. The positiveness is just overflowing today, and that's what's going to get them through it.
Knowing that all the community came out here, what does that say about Livonia?
It means the world. Matt Jones does so much for the community. And just to help out families, that's what Livonia is all about. You can see the crowd. I mean, there's probably like 500-600 people here today, which is unbelievable when it's only 43 degrees. So, yeah, I mean, and we're raising money for them, so it's a great cause.
It's like the largest, smallest community in the area. I would say everybody knows everyone. For 100,000 people, we all seem to see each other around at different sporting events, community events, travel ball. So those guys are really, truly rooting for Matt. So that's great.
Let's check in with the DMC. We're always trying to help you get a leg up on the competition with our Game Changer segment, sponsored by the Detroit Medical Center Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine team. This one is one we can all relate to. We might think a little extra sugar can help before your game. Well, it's quite the opposite.
Hi, I'm Laura Ramos with DMC Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. And today on Game Changers, I'm going to show you how simple sugars negatively affect your athletic performance. Regardless of your sport, you need 3 things to fuel your muscles before you train, to optimize performance and to facilitate recovery. These 3 things are carbohydrates, proteins, and water. Today, we're going to focus on complex carbohydrates. These are made up of starch, sugar, and fiber. They're things like fruit, vegetables, nuts, and even dairy products. Simple sugars, on the other hand, are just that. They're only sugars: sucrose, glucose, and fructose. I'm here with Giovanna from Utica High School, and we're going to look at complex carbohydrates and how they are the best energy source, and the difference between simple sugars and complex carbohydrates' effect on strength. So we're going to start out by strength training Giovanni's shoulders. She's going to push as hard as you can against me. Don't let me break you. Perfect. Now go ahead and sit on up. I'm going to have her take just some simple sugar, and she's going to eat some of that right now. Okay, good. Now we'll let her go ahead and finish that, and then she's going to lay back down in the exact same position she was just in. We're going to re-strength train her and see what effect the simple sugar just has on her strength. Arms up. Okay, hold as hard as you can. No, I said hold as hard as you can. Ready? Hold as hard as you can. Giovanna, hold as hard as you can. Okay. Now, we're going to see what effect complex carbohydrates have on her strength. Giovanni has some grapes. She's going to eat 1 or 2 grapes right now. And then as soon as she eats those grapes, we're going to have her lay back down and retest her strength. We know that complex carbohydrates are made up of those starches, sugars, and fibers, and they give us our greatest long-lasting stamina or strength. Arms are back up straight. And now hold me as hard as you can. Ready? Hold, 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 hold. Ready? Go. I can't push you down, can I? Hold, hold, hold. Good. So you can see that negative effect that simple sugars just has on your strength. Before any workout, it's best then to eat complex carbohydrates about 2 to 4 hours beforehand to sustain your energy. Post-workout, make sure you consume those complex carbohydrates within 30 to 60 minutes. This is critical for muscle repair. For more sports performance tips, or to make an appointment with a DMC physical therapist or orthopedic specialist, visit dmc.org/gamechangers.
Do you have a sports injury, or are you just looking to take your game to the next level? Then go where the pros go. DMC Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. For immediate care, call 313-910-9328 or visit dmc.org/gamechangers.
Hey everyone, I'm joined now by Donnie Dreyer for our favorite part of the week.
Absolutely.
Yes, every week, and it's only going to get better, but for Total Softball Player of the Year, we are on the race, and we're only in week 2, so we're still getting the numbers, but it's...
Yeah, the weather's finally broke. As we're taping right now, it's in the 60s, so that is good. Teams are getting out, they're starting to play, and we're going to start getting stats coming in. So we're excited. We're off and running.
Yes, finally kind of feeling like spring and softball weather on the diamond. We love that. But to highlight we did get some games in this week.
Yeah, we did. As I mentioned, nothing's going to change with the top 10.
Right.
But I did want to note one performance. Caitlin Palazzi, a freshman at Mercy High School, not only threw a perfect game, but she struck out 21 batters.
That is insane. Are you sure that stat is right?
That is right. And I mean, that's 21 batters faced, 21 strikeouts. So definitely deserves a shout out. And what's going on with Mercy High School, for our viewers that have followed us for a long time, 2015, Alex Subcheck won Total Softball Player of the Year. 2016, Abby Krzwicki won it. Last year, we had Maggie Murphy and Grace Nito, who are both doing great at the college level as freshmen. They were from Mercy. They were in the running. And now freshman Caitlin Palazzi is off to a great start. So a kid that's obviously going to go on our watch list, and we're going to continue to track her as we try and track everybody.
Yes, exactly. Man, Mercy sounded like a softball powerhouse starting up here.
They've had the players over the years, and they continue. They look like they're going to be a force when it all comes down in mid-June.
Yeah, hey, we love to see that. And we did get a couple of games this week, the weather permitting, to end our, like we had mentioned, the top 10 hasn't changed a lot. We're only in week 2. But what's one player you want to spotlight this week?
Yeah, let's talk about Macy Ireland, because Macy was right there with Ava Bradshaw. I mean, her stats were right there with Ava's. The only difference really when we came down to voting was so close is that Ava did hers against higher profile teams. And so part of the criteria is level of competition. And that's really what only separates them. They both won state championships at the Division I and Division II level. And so I look for Macy to be right back in it. They've got another great team at Owosso. They're off to a great start. So I really look for her to be in the list. I mean, if you look at her stats from last year, 249 innings pitched.
Which is insane,
yeah, it's
if you
insane.
think about it.
Yeah, she's a workhorse. 487 strikeouts. Now, you do the math on the strikeouts per inning, but that's a big number. Record 37-3. Oh, by the way, she's also a two-way player at the high school level. She hit over 500.
I was going to say, yeah, she led the team in batting last year with not just her average, but also hits, home runs, all the above.
Yeah, so she's definitely going to be someone that, that's going to be right down at the end. I predict, anyhow, she's going to be right there in the end. A lot of people say, what makes her so good?
Yeah.
And the biggest thing that stands out to me about Macy is she is just a bulldog. Off the field, nicest person you could imagine. On the field, she is a bulldog. And, she doesn't have a lot of established pitches.
Right.
What she does, she has a above average fastball. And what's great about her fastball, she gets a lot of movement with it. So where a lot of kids are working on curveballs, screwballs, rise, her main pitch is her fastball, which has natural movement.
Yeah.
And the other thing that she continues to get better at is she mixes in the change. And those are her two main pitches. She will throw a drop, she will dabble with the rise, but she just comes at you. She just relentlessly comes at you. And, for the kids that try to crowd her on the plate, you're taking your life in your own hands, because she will come in there and she will challenge you.
Take the advice from Donnie here, you guys. Don't do that. But Macy also, you can tell that, off the field, so nice. But on the field, yes, she is a fiery mentality out there. And you can tell just by a big strikeout. She gets her team fired up, which is contagious. So this season, what do you hope to see from her as she finishes off her senior year at Owosso?
Continue to be a leader. Yeah. Now she has that little bit of moxie because she has won a state championship. And the whole, not only she won a state championship, Owosso High School won a state championship, the community won a state championship. And now she's got that, I'm sure, settled in a little bit. Last year it was a great relief for her to win because it was so big for their community to win a state championship. Now she has that. So I look for her to continue to be a team leader and continue to develop her secondary pitches as she gets ready to head off to Kent State and play for Coach Eric Oakley next year.
Yeah. And we were at the state finals last year. It felt like the entire town of Owosso was there, which was awesome. Hopefully they want to bring that back again this year. But as always, like we told you guys last week, one of the criteria in this contest is voting. So be sure to go online at statechampsnetwork.com and StateChampsW and get your votes in on our top 10. And there you can also see the watch list we have for other players that we are looking out through this season. So that is one big thing we want to know. And then also, if you tune into Diamond Gems, our podcast, you can hear more about our Total Softball Player of the Year contest and the recruiting side of it all.
Yes, we're going to have Brian Chittister from College Bound Jocks, and
Yes.
Brian and I are going to be talking a lot about the recruiting process and the do's and don'ts. So yeah, please tune in.
Yep, definitely. Well, thank you guys again so much for joining. And Donnie, as always, thanks for being here.
Let's get on the field.
State Champs Swing Away is presented by Lawrence Technological University. LTU offers over 24 varsity sports for men and women, along with several dozen world-class undergraduate programs. Athletic and academic scholarships are available in all sports. Visit ltuathletics.com and recruit yourself. State Champs Swing Away is also brought to you by the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. The Detroit Medical Center Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine Pros. Do you have a sports injury, or are you just looking to take your game to the next level? Go where the pros go. Visit dmc.org/gamechangers. Detroit Athletic Club Foundation's Male and Female Athlete of the Year Awards. Stay tuned for the announcement of this year's 12 nominees coming soon. Who will be this year's Male and Female Athletes of the Year? Find out live Monday, June 6th, only on the State Champs Michigan Network. U.S. Navy recruiting, call 313-315-2560 and talk to a local officer to find out how the Navy can take you anywhere from the sea to the stars. Oakland School's technical campuses are designed for any student who wants to graduate high school with industry certifications, on-the-job experiences, business connections, and college credits. Check them out at ostconline.com.